Hey, how's it going everyone? Welcome back to another video. My name is Ricky and this is my channel's Rickysfoods. So for today's video, we have a Tomahawk Ribeye USDA Prime that we're going to be doing. It's going to come out really good. It's going to be delicious. We're going to be using the SNS Kettle for this cook and can't wait to show you out. So before we get started with this video, I want to give a huge thank you to everyone that has supported me along the way. About a week and a half ago, I passed 500 subscribers, which is, I'm very humble about that. And I just want to say thank you for that. So with that being said, let's get into this video. Alright guys, so here you have the prime Tomahawk Ribeye here. Super good, man. Look at the marbling. I mean, you can tell this is a really good prime. Like I said guys, just with two simple rubs. We're going to be using the SPG from Sucklebusters. That's going to be the first layer. And then the second layer is going to be the 1836. This one has a lot of pepper in it, so I want to build that crust, and this is going to help with that. So we're going to be using Worcestershire sauce as a binder, just to make sure the rub sticks to the meat. And that's about it, guys. So let's go ahead and start doing that right now. All right, so we're going to hit it with just a little bit of Worcestershire sauce. Not that much, just to make sure the rub sticks in there. You want to make sure you want to get all sides, the sides too. And then we're gonna go with the SPG first. It's a big cut of beef, so it can handle extra seasoning, so don't be afraid of putting too much on there. And then after that, you just pat it down, and then repeat the same process. And FYI, these rubs, Sucklebusters, they're gonna make you cough, so make sure you be careful with that. So now we're gonna hit them with the 1836 beef rub, just like that. All right, make sure you pat it down, and then we're gonna repeat the same process on the other side. So I'm gonna speed up the video for that one. All right, so whatever you got left on the board, you just get the size with that. That way we don't waste any rub. And you just make sure you get all the sides. And boom, that should be looking good already. All right, guys, and look at that. All right, guys, so this is how the Tomahawk looks, all seasoned up. It's gonna have a beautiful color once it's done. So let's go ahead and turn on the kettle, and I'll meet you over there. Alright guys, so like I said, we're going to be using the SNS Kettle for this cook. And I got the slow and sear already set up over there. I got the chimney starter halfway up. And then we're going to be using some jealous double charcoal. And for the kind of wood for this cook, I'll be using some pecan, whatever you want to call it, just for some smoke flavor on it. Alright guys, so let's go ahead and start this fire. Alright guys, so while we wait for the fire to get turned on, let's go ahead and add a probe into this Tomahawk. And for today's probe, I'll be using the Meter Plus. I love this thing. It's wireless and you can monitor the temps from your cell phone. So whenever you're cooking any kind of meat, you need a probe. It just makes it so much easier for you to monitor your temps. Don't get something overcooked or nothing like that. So the Meter Plus is gonna help with that. So let's go ahead and add it. So I'm just gonna go through the middle, and there's like a little line right here. I don't know if you guys can see that, but you want to get past through that just a bit. So I'm gonna put it right here in the middle, in the thickest part of the meat. Just push it in, and there you go, guys. And we got the probe in. All right, guys. So as soon as the kettle's ready, we're gonna put this bad boy on, and I'll see you guys back in a bit. Alright guys, so now that we have the ribeye inside the kettle already, we're gonna be reverse searing this bad boy until it hits about, I want to say 115 internal temperature. And after that, I'm gonna get the coals hot and sear both sides, let it rest, and cut it open, guys. So stay tuned for that. Kettle is gonna be running around 275 to 300. So I'll see you guys back in a bit. Alright guys, so it's been about an hour, and this is how the Tomahawk is looking. It has a perfect color. It looks really, really good. Smells good. So apparently my meter plus it wasn't charged up, so I had to get my Inkbird 4-channel over here. So right now the internal temperature of the Tomahawk is running at 115. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove it, put it inside, let it rest for a couple minutes until I get the fire over here super hot. See you guys back in a bit. Alright guys, so it's been about 10 minutes and the coals are really nice and hot. So it's time to give this Tomahawk a nice sear. We're gonna do about a minute on each side. So let's go ahead and start doing that right now. Look at how delicious that looks, guys. So like I said guys, we're gonna do about a minute on each side. Alright guys, so that's another minute. Time to switch to the other side. Look at that perfect crust, guys. It's looking really, really good. Alright guys, so I'm gonna finish searing this bad boy up, and when I see you next, we're gonna cut into it. So I'll see you guys back in a bit. Alright guys, so here we have the perfect tomahawk steak. Perfect crust. I don't know if you guys can see that. Super juicy. It's falling apart. Super tender. I'm ready to give this a try, guys. I mean, I've been waiting for this for a whole 2 hours, man. I'm super hungry. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut a little piece and see how it looks from the inside. So let's go ahead and cut the little piece. And wow, super juicy, guys. Medium rare, just the way I like it. I don't know if you guys can see that. Medium rare. All right guys, so I'm ready for a taste test. So let me bring you up here and let's take a bite. All right guys, so here's a tomahawk steak. Smells good, looks good, perfect crust. Let's take a bite. Wow guys, this came super good. Perfect crust, perfect flavor. Sucklebusters SPG and the 1836 beef rub combined, those two do really good. I'm very happy with this cook. Done in my SNS Kettle, running about 300, 275, and then once the Tomahawk hit 115 internal temperature, I removed it, let it rest, let the coals get nice and hot. Then I seared each side for about a minute. I did that about 4 times, and they come out super good, guys. I mean, it's a perfect medium rare, as you guys can see. No complaints at all, guys. I mean, this came out really amazing. So guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel, and like always, I'll see you in the next one.